Hello. Oh no. Hi. It always does that and I always get nervous. Hi. Um Today I was going to play The Wolf Among Us, but that will be saved for a little bit later. So today instead I'm going to be drawing cuz I actually am a game designer and I'm in the middle of a game jam right now. I also have Discord open, so we might have some people dropping by today. Who knows? We'll see what happens. So for now, I'm just going to switch right over. I have to remember to click the right tab. And we're just going to take our time today. I'm actually going to take 1 second on mute, but in the meantime, we got some chill tunes that I'm going to play. Pretend that doesn't say drawing Kage Pro stuff. Game jam. That's what's happening today. Imagine being prepared for stream. Cannot be me. Okay, I'll be 2 seconds. I just forgot to plug in my phone. Awesome. So yeah, this is really what we're doing today. Oh no, I got an echo because I did not turn this down all the way. There we go. Disappear. um, I've been working on a few characters already. Basically what our game is for this game jam is a fortune teller type thing, which is super exciting. You get to hear my awkward old tablet move as I make sure everything's set up. There we go. Right now I'm gonna sketch on the four people. We have 6 total, so I'm over halfway there. But then I need to make different expressions and be a little bit silly with it, which I'm really good at being silly. Can you tell? Yeah. I don't have too much to talk about. I had a long day today, but I'm really happy to be here, and being able to draw. I had work, and then I'm here, and I'm okay with doing both, because I like drawing very, very much. This is why I switched to this. Also, I knew that I had to get to work on this, so I wanted to draw. I think what we have next is actually what this character in my grab is. I don't know what this is actually called. The sub view. My brain is like, this is the grab. And the reason why I don't have this as my navigator is because my tablet screen is actually not true color. So I have the navigator in a separate window so I could see what it looks like true color. So, ooh, sorry. There was like a fruit fly and I got scared. Because of course. Of freaking course. But yeah, it's gonna just be taking some time drawing. I might not be the most chatty. I might be super chatty. We'll find out. So, I think I want to... Okay, the other I'm trying to think about what the other characters are wearing. Well, I don't have to think about it. I feel like I could go in here and just turn it up. So this is Roger. He's so normal. He forgot about her. Like, the whole thing is her blue eyes are supposed to be uncanny. And then we got, which I have to adjust because I want the eyes to be blue, like more of a grayish blue. But let's draw. What do you wear to get your fortune told? I've never had my fortune told, so I wouldn't really know. Do you have to draw, like, do you dress up formally? Do you wear something that covers your entire body so they can't read anything off of you? Or does that tell them something else? I don't know. Because, like, it's not that I don't believe in this. Of course. It's super interesting and stuff, but, like, I'm also curious about the interaction between person getting their fate read and, or getting a tarot card reading, and the tarot card reader. Does what they know of the person affect how they understand the cards and what they read from it? I'm pretty sure it does. Like, hello! Hi, Cranberry! I'm just drawing today. How are you doing today? Oh, today's Sunday! Did you do another climb? Or a scary ghost walk? I'll give you a second to respond because I know there's a bit of lag between, and then also on top of that, it's having to type. Interesting hike. Not the first time I had to use my grappling hook as a weapon. The first time I tried to strike with it. Oh my, what happened? If you don't mind me asking. Today I'm just working on game jam stuff. I'm in a game jam right now, so yeah. Fun stuff. It was a snake. Usually they want nothing to do with people, but not this time. Oh my. Sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you're okay. That's strange. When I imagine snakes, I usually imagine them as, like, just ignoring people. Especially since they're so big. Like, we're so big compared to them. But yeah, today's pretty calm in here. I'm just trying to get some sprites done. Nothing too fancy. I think I like that color. We'll see how it goes. I turned off the randomized paint stroke just for the skin color, just so I can get it laid out. But yeah, that sounds like quite the experience you had, Cranberry. I don't think I've really seen snakes around where I live. Oh my god, I'm drawing on sketch layer. There we go. We survived the... We survived. It's fine. I'll lock it up so I don't touch it again. Maybe I want something more like that color. Yeah, definitely. I don't think the snake was out attacking as much as it was trying to determine if I was food or not. And it realized you're not, I'm sure. Yeah, like, I think snakes get a bad rep in media because most of the time they are just living their life, just like most animals, just trying to live. I struck the ground in front of me with the grappling hook twice. The type of snake really goes off more vibrations and heat than vision. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. My hook has no body heat, so the snake wasn't sure what was striking the ground. It couldn't detect what the invisible target was, so the snake fled. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Goodness. That's so interesting. And it makes sense when you explain it like that. Like, I wouldn't think to strike the ground to scare off the snake. Oh. I want to turn on the randomizer now because we're drawing some hair. I love drawing. I haven't done a little art stream in a while. I've been meaning to, but I just get nervous of drawing while on stream. I love drawing. I don't do it too often because I'm busy, but when I do, I have so much fun. It's funny because a friend of mine is getting into making lineless art. My photo chain is posted. If you're interested, feel free to check it out later. Oh, for sure I will be. Thank you for sharing. That's so exciting. For sure. I'll have to check it out. But I have a friend starting lineless art, and I gave some advice to him, and I'm realizing I've thrown all my advice I've given him out the window, because I specifically talked about, hey, don't really plan out what is in front of one another so you save yourself time by like sketching on layers in order when you're doing lineless art specifically, because it's important to do that sort of thing, else you just kind of waste a lot of time going back and changing what you chose and that sort of thing. But I just kind of went, nah, I'm just gonna draw on like 5 layers and that's it for this. Oh, I don't want that. I want the randomize back on. which just means I go a bit quirky with it. But yeah, our little game, I'm excited to see how it comes out because we've worked pretty hard on it and we're both, art is a joy. Yeah, I love drawing. Everyone should have some sort of a form of expression that they really enjoy. And when I say they really enjoy, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be good at it. It just means that they have fun with it, because that's what it's all about in the end. Like, my medium is visual arts, but it's also game design to me. I love creating. That's one thing I've always had a love for, was creation. I've had a few pieces done of me over the last few years. Oh, that's great. I have only ever received one commission that I asked for of me, and it was just because okay, this is kind of funny. I wanted to get a drawing for Kage Pro. But the thing was, it was a commission thing where if you bought a commission, they also would draw something Kage Pro. And so I bought the commission, and that was when I was like, I guess just draw me. Because I didn't know what else to say. And it was actually a really, really nice drawing. I got drawings of my favorite characters as well. So it was like a 2-for-1. You have the artistic talent of a mushroom. Well, you express yourself in different ways. Right? And either way, it's all good. Because, there's so many different ways for one to express themselves. We gotta get a bit more crazy with the colors here. You may have seen the last drawing of me in the kimono before. I feel like that's the best I've ever done. Oh, yeah? I think I've seen it. It's wonderful. I mean it. My mom is actually starting to learn how to draw, and it's very sweet because she tries to draw things that I like a lot. Like, I'm a big fan of Vocaloid and everything, so, and she knows who Hatsune Miku is, so she draws Miku a lot, that sort of thing, and I think it's very, very sweet. I'm so glad I remembered my water. I have my water here. Gonna take a sip. Your history of art is turbulent. You had a terrible art teacher in school. Shamed you right out of drawing. Oh no! That's terrible. No one should ever feel like that. For me, drawing was my main escape. In school, I was already the weird kid. I was okay with that. But on top of that, I was dealing a lot with a lot of gender-based issues because I was trans and I just figured it out, sort of thing. And I remember this one moment where I basically made what you could describe as a cry for help. And my teacher ignored it. And I was like, thanks. And I basically blatantly said it was a cry for help to her. And she was like, anyways. And I'm like, okay, never mind. Tell you another time, this is your stream. I don't want to take it over a story of my history. We'll focus on your beautiful drawing there. Aw, thank you, but I'm also really happy to listen if you ever want to share. But I understand also that it's a story that you may not want to share. But yeah, I've been drawing for quite a while personally. Just to clear, I'm not cutting you off. It's just stream delay. Type that before you started telling that story. Oh no, it's okay. I understand there's stream delay. We get through it. It's something I'm still adjusting to myself. Because I have to remind myself, oh yeah, someone might be talking and then I might be talking way too ahead of them. No hard feelings at all. But like, yeah, I understand. Art, like, something we don't address is how much teachers impact our lives. Not like in general. I notice a lot of people don't talk about it until they start talking about their own teachers and how their teachers impacted them. I still remember who my favorite teacher of all time is, and it's because he helped me through a really hard time. My high school teacher, I won't say his name because I don't want to get him in trouble or anything, but he helped me through like a really hard time because I was struggling with gender and all that, and on top of that I discovered what I wanted to be called, and I told a few people it, and by accident somebody said it in front of a group of people, to people who didn't know, and he was part of that group, and he was the only one who pulled me aside afterwards and went, it's okay if you don't want to tell me, it's okay if you're uncomfortable, but do you want me to use that name more often, and when? Is it when we're alone and we're chatting, or when we're with certain people? And he sat me down and that sort of thing, and it was the first time I felt safe in my school. It was very, very sweet. Okay, I'm gonna read yours. Short story with me is, we were doing shading study, drew a bottle of cologne, put a heart and put a hole and stored in it, got a D grade on it. Everyone in class was shocked, saying it looked just like the source material. Teacher stood by my grade, went home in shame, did not draw again for 20 years. Wow, I'm sorry. That's terrible. I don't understand why teachers act like that. And like, I'm assuming that she never even explained why. Sorry, I'm gendering the teacher, but you didn't state a pronoun. Most of our teacher were females, that's why my brain made the assumption. But like, it's so important that we explain why someone gets a bad grade. I remember, I was very much, I need to get the highest, the highest mark possible, every course ever, that sort of thing. And I remember in one of my grades, oh, it was a female teacher. Okay, awesome. In one of my grades, school years, I got just above a passing, and I was completely shocked. It was for my religion course, because I went to a school that demanded that you take religion, which my family is not very religious, but I remember sitting there and crying my eyes out as the teacher just kind of stared at me and just waited for me to be done, because I put a lot of effort into it, because I don't understand religion very well. It's not, I don't diss anyone who is religious. I'm so happy that religion works for you. For my brain, it's just I don't understand it because it was pitched to me as like a reason why to be good, when my understanding was like I should be good no matter what. So why do I need religion? That's the weird way my brain works. So like it was pitched to me like that. So like religion I've never understood because of that. And that's how it was taught in my grade school, which is not very helpful. So I just tried my hardest with the assignments, and I remember getting this 57 and just bawling, and I didn't understand why I failed. Like, basically failed with the project. It was still a passing mark technically, but it was like the lowest passing mark somebody could possibly get. And I never got an explanation. And to this day, I just stay away from trying to understand it. And kudos to people who have found happiness because of religion. Because it didn't work for me, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, I think it's so important to talk about how much teachers can influence us, talk us through stuff, and make us feel either amazing or really, really bad about something we worked really, really hard on. I had my worst teacher ever, and I'm still very mad about a lot of the things she did to me, but she was also my biggest bully. I never was bullied in high school as far as I could tell, except for this teacher. And it's because also she found out I was trans. And she was very much the type who would say that she was very, very supportive of trans people, but then use outdated terminology and be genuinely like someone who would make someone who was trans unsafe and not listen to the trans person. You're a Christian woman yourself. If you ever have any questions about it, don't mind if you ask me. I don't want to share my own life, culture, and experiences related to it. Thank you. I understand. The school I went to was for Catholicism, so like I understand a majority. I think I understand a majority of like specifically Catholic religion, but I feel like the part that it was confusing to me is like how do I apply it to my life and how I live my life. So I really appreciate that for sure. And I'm just really glad that religion has helped you in some way. Because, like, it is a wonderful community. Like, a lot of people find home in that community. It's a very, very important thing, religion. I think I want something more of a purple pink here. I'm trying to go really weird with the colors here. I sit personally with my religious like religion and the way I've lived. I describe myself as agnostic, which means like I don't deny a God completely, but I also am not actively following the church. And what that means for me is I'm just trying to be the best me I can be and make people happy. And if I die eventually, well, not if I die, when I die eventually, if I meet God, I'll be like, sorry, I didn't follow you, but I did try my best to be a good person, and I hope you understand, like, the difference and what that meant to me. Because, like, who knows, there could be someone out there. I wouldn't be surprised, but until that moment, I'll just be me. The best I can be. Okay, we're gonna start working on the neck now. But yeah, because I went to Catholic school, a lot of my friends were religious. I don't talk to a lot of them now, and it's not because any other reason other than we just kind of grew apart. I don't know. I always got kind of worried in that friend group that I was the outlier, because I just didn't know how to talk with them. And again, not because of the religion, just because I'm just awkward in life. I'm very awkward. But yeah, they're good folk, and I try to keep up with them sometimes and message them. I'm just glad that people find home in it. I later in college took another art class. This time I had a far better teacher. That's wonderful! Oh, I'm glad that it wasn't the last time you drew. I actually hope to one day teach at some level. I think that I like teaching a lot. It's like I am still not an amazing artist, but at least I didn't feel shame this time. That's the difference. 'Cause like drawing is a lot. Drawing is a lot of effort, a lot of patience, and a lot of learning. So, like, the fact that you didn't feel shamed is important because that means you can continue on. Like, I still don't know how I draw half the time. I'm like, how did I do that? It's kind of funny because, like, you could just keep going and it still feels like I don't know how I did that. The class featured gesture studies that included a new model. This helped me be able to view the human body as being beautiful and artistic. Aw, that's nice. Yeah, because the human body is really, really cool. I've never taken a art class outside of high school, and it's because just like other things took precedent, or I don't know if I'm saying that word right. I feel like just like other things came first for me. Okay, so we're getting a bit far from the face and the chest are not lining up enough, so I'm gonna have to just like throw in a lot more of that in here. There we go. I promise it'll look better. But yeah, I tried drawing models, like full body models before too. Not in person though. That's something that's completely different. But it's a very important thing to start learning about. Because like once you start understanding the forms, even someone who draws more of a cartoony style like me has to understand how bodies work, just a little. And drawing like nude models is really important for learning that. I'm glad you agree. It's important. It's an important step that I've never taken. Basically. It depends on context. Simply being unclothed in and of itself isn't appropriate for art. It all depends on the context. I agree. But it makes me feel super awkward when I have to search up, like do search terms that could imply something inappropriate, but it's literally I just need a reference. And that's something I've come to use more and more often, is just like looking up stuff for reference. Or even not like whole body, but I've posed my hand for myself, and that's really important because hands are hard. I had the eraser on instead of the pen. I might add a little necklace. But, like, if you go on, for example, DeviantArt, you can find so many references, and it's so nice to be able to look at them and, like, figure out how the body works. I especially like it when it's bodies that aren't often photographed, because, like, that is super helpful. Because we need all different diverse types of bodies. It's so important. Which means we need references of all different types of bodies. There we go. I agree that looking for references can be a challenge because the internet's idea is often very unsafe, to put it mildly. I agree. And it always makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong when I'm just trying to draw. But I don't know, the internet is very, very weird. I don't get it most of the time. And yet I'm on it. There. I'm feeling pretty good about that so far. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly stretch. That's very, very important to do, because I do tend to roll my shoulders forward or like crouch with the way I draw. What's actually really helped me is the fact that my tablet doesn't show the right colors. So I actually have to look up to see what the actual colors look like. So I straighten out my back because of it. So it's kind of good that my tablet is a little bit wonky, eh? Speaking of that, I'm just going to move it slightly over just to make sure I can see it properly. So now my tablet is in front of me and I have to look down slightly to draw on it, but I have to look up slightly to stretch. In the early days of your hiking, you're trying to find a birthday present for your boyfriend? I find presents so hard. I totally get that. I have to start thinking about presents because the holidays are coming up. It's funny because I don't often draw people for presents. Just stretching still, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try, because I'm going to be drawing the clothes next. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to actually do the arms on this layer as well. Because there's two options here. Draw the arms on this layer or draw the arms on underneath the bodice of the dress. So I'm going to get this out again. What's nice about this art style is literally I do whatever I want, when I want, and how I want with it. It's kind of impossible for me to screw up in such a big way that I have to like quit and leave, because I could just paint over it again. It's funny because if it's any other time of the year, I'm okay with gift giving, but not in the holiday seasons, or not when it's time to like sit down and think of something for someone's birthday. Because, like, I suppose I fear that someone will, like, it's not supposed to be a casual gift, it's supposed to mean something really big. And when I see someone, something someone likes, I just automatically think, oh, I'll get this for them. And it'll be a nice little gift. But then, basically, the birthday gift or the holiday gift has to be specialer somehow, and that's what really trips me up. I think I don't want to do the arms on this layer now that I think about it. I'm going to read that. Just one sec. I'm going to erase these. Okay. I was at a palace that had a beautiful backdrop of Mount St. Helens. I was there completely by myself. I ended up posing with my grappling hook and taking a nude snapshot for him. It ended up coming out really beautiful. I made absolutely sure to keep it tasteful. It was my birthday gift that year. I really had to become comfortable with myself to use myself as an art piece, but I knew I would never be tall enough to draw a self-portrait, but I do have some skill with photography. And that's an art style! That's wonderful! That's a wonderful story. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, that takes a lot of being comfortable with yourself, and then a lot of artistry with it. That's wonderful. I'm really glad. For me, I I said this a long time ago, and it still reigns true. I think it's so impressive when people like can do photography, because what I do here is I take something that's not real and I make it real, right? And that that means I could do whatever I want with it. The sky's the limit. But you play within the limits of what you see and what you can make in the real world, if that makes sense. Like, and the fact that you can make art out of that is beautiful. Because I can't do photography very well. I'm always very, very nervous when someone asks me to take a photo for them. The most I could do is like, if I see a group of people taking a photo together, I'll go, "Do you want me to take your photo for you?" And I'll take the group photo. But nothing artist wise about that. It's just me making sure they capture their moment. So yeah, like, wow. I'm always stunned by photography. I think it's so cool. I think I said something about that when I was playing Smile for Me, because there was a character who was a photographer and a character who was an artist, and the character who was an artist really liked the character who was a photographer, and she wasn't interested, the photographer. And at one point he was like, "Oh, I like her aside from the fact that she does photography, and photography isn't art." And I got really angry because I'm like, photography is art. With your permission, would it be okay for me to show you a couple of my best photography shots? That'd be wonderful. I would love to see. Whatever you're comfortable with sharing, of course. Because, like, again, photography is art, and I will die on that hill. I will fight that sentence to the death. Photography is art, and it's weird for me. It's weird to see people argue against photography being art. So yeah, I'd love to see. But yeah, I've been thinking of trying to learn a bit about photography because I recently am getting more and more into fashion, and I want to be able to take photos of myself. I'll send as a whisper so I don't have to fight with the bot. Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm excited. But yeah, it's such a cool, like, form of, because a person with this colored hair, with the streaks and everything, doesn't exist out there. You can't find this in reality. And that's what's cool about, like, drawing. That you can make whatever you want. But photography is different. Because photography is like, I made this out of the real world. And that's so cool. You like my style? Oh, thank you! My style changes every time I... Aw, thank you. That's up to you. No pressure to commission me, but I would love to draw. My art style changes very rapidly, so like, if you ever see a piece of art that you like from me, and you would like a commission in that art style, I am happy to do it in that art style, but you have to let me know which one, because my character that I'm sitting, like, my avatar is my art style. The character in this little window is my art style. And then I recently drew a bunch of clowns. I wonder if I could pull them up quickly. Sorry for clown warning. This is also my art style. Like, this is more closer to my avatar. But I drew these recently. I have a whole bunch of little clowns in here. I know it's white and aggressive, so it's kind of bright to stare at. But yeah, I have a whole bunch of clowns in here. Oh no, I'm sorry! It's funny, I was talking to my boss, and I was explaining that I made some clown stickers, and I asked if he wanted them, and he joked that he was afraid of clowns, and I couldn't tell if he was joking or not, so I just started, like, apologizing, and he kind of chuckled, and that's when I realized he was joking. He and I are very, very different folks, so... And on top of that, I'm just not very good at picking up on cues, so I don't understand his cues very well. I'm gonna do something random. Let's put some blue in here. No, I don't like that. Okay, I want the opacity way down. Just because I do want that blue in here still. But I want it way toned down. And then I'll put some purple over it to blend. That's better. That's what I wanted. But yeah, I love creating. I'll say it over and over again. I've said it quite a few times already. But in general, just being able to create is one of the best things. I hope I always get to create, no matter what. And I think me doing drawing streams would really help with continuing to make sure I create. I think I want this to actually go like this instead, so I'm gonna just shade that to be more like that. It's funny because a lot of people ask how long I've been drawing, and the answer is I have no idea because I don't really have a set start time I started drawing. When did I start taking drawing seriously? I don't know that either. I just have always been doing this. So it's hard for me to name a time. I was just thinking about it because, like, I'm very used to people asking, oh, when did you start doing this? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. And it's funny because I come from a very sports family. Very, very big on sports. All that. I'm able to keep up with them, but I'm the type who would bring a little drawing thing to the game and draw while I have an older brother. He played lacrosse. I like baseball, but nobody else in my family cares about sports. It feels like we're quite different on that one of, like, my family cares a lot about sports, including baseball. My parents met through baseball. So, it's a big thing in our family. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out if I like this blue. I don't. What could this color be? Let's look at my other colors. What if I just did like, wow. That draws the eye a little bit too much. Maybe I'll go something over here. I'll mute it a bit more. Like, this is genuinely how I work when I'm working on art. 1 second, we have a pop-in. Hello! 1 second, let me turn on my Discord audio for stream. Awesome. The people of the world should be able to hear you now. I don't know how well though. Because I haven't been able to test out having someone on stream while streaming with my new audio setup. So I'm gonna mute myself for a sec. If you could talk while I'm muted, that would be wonderful. Like 3, 2, 1, go sort of thing. Like now. I did mean now, like.
I don't know what to say, to be fair.
Surprise, you're now the host.
Oh no!
Okay, you're a little bit quiet from what I could tell, so I'm gonna try turning up your volume. Okay. Hopefully that's good. Do you want to try again? I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, and then go ahead and, like, talk. Okay, ready? Just say whatever comes to mind, even if it's, like, something super silly. As long as you don't bring terms of service and get me banned somehow. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Potatoes. That's it.
Perfect. We're thriving here.
Hell yeah.
Cause like, yeah, I set it up. I did it.
Yippee.
Oh, I'm so happy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's good. No, really. Like, I like it. I like it when someone says that's good to, like, I'm doing good. It's like, yeah, that's what I said.
I called out from work again.
Oh no.
I had no ride. I had no other choice.
Well, if you can't get to work, I guess it's a very valid reason to not go to work.
Yeah.
For folks who don't know, this is Panda. We've been online friends for a few years now, and I've made it so that some folk can drop in on my stream, including Panda! Woohoo!
Yay!
Yeah. I'm just working on Game Jam stuff.
I'm working on an animatic after, like, throwing art at people.
I'm like midway through the game jam here. Oh, and Cranberry says, hello Panda, I'm Cranberry. I'm the grappling hook girl. I'm here watching Walkier draw. Hi!
Hello.
Cranberry is a very, very sweet person. She's been around a lot and I really appreciate it every time because we have such lovely conversations. I'm speaking as if Cranberry can't hear me, but Cranberry can totally hear me. But yeah, I've been just scooting through this. I don't know if it's just because I'm worried about it being good as a final, but I've been taking my time with understanding how to draw this character. And while that's great, because oh my gosh, I'm paying attention to my art, that's kind of good, it's also bad for game jams because I have a set amount of time and I can't spend all the time drawing one person.
Oh.
And I mentioned this before. I was talking about lineless art with you. I've thrown all the things I told you out the window already several times. So, So like, we'll see where it goes. I love drawing.
I also love drawing.
But yeah, I've had kind of a long day already, so yeah, I'm so glad to just be drawing now. I had work today.
Oh. Understandable.
I worked an open to close shift.
Oh.
Which, like, my town is quite small, so it's not too bad on a Sunday. I worked from 10:45 to 5:15, so it's about 7 hours. But still, it's a lot. And then I had to go and be social. My family knows another family who had a kid celebrate. I say a kid, but it's a grown adult. Celebrate a birthday. So I had to go be social. But they're all sports fans. And I'm there.
Us handshake.
I distinctly noticed that nobody talked to me for the first hour we were there. I was like, this is fine. It doesn't mean I don't understand what they're saying when I talk about sports stuff, but geez, I have nothing to contribute. I could go, yeah, I sure watched the sports ball game. Would you believe the sport ball game ended this way?
I get it.
It just be like that, eh?
Yeah, I have half my family are like sports people, and my little sister got into like sports stuff recently. So I'm just over here like nodding along, like yes, this is fine.
It's funny because my parents used to work for a company that would often actually get into convention centers to display their products, and they would get free tickets for me as I was a kid. So imagine a little Walkie here walking around a convention center around all these like nerds and cosplay and all that, and then them being surprised that I turned out to be a massive nerd. There's no surprise there. I was going to end up a massive nerd.
That's fair.
There's 6 characters total for this game jam. Not including the player character. I don't even know if we're gonna have sprites for the player character. We're gonna be doing some really fun things with it. So we might just have little things that I'm not drawing in the game. I'm so excited to like, I'm just doing the art, so I'm so excited to play the game and see what my collaborators have done. I just realized I never explained what a game jam was. Do we all know what a game jam is? Either way, I can explain it.
No.
You don't know what a game jam is?
I do not.
That's okay. A game jam is like, okay, imagine like you sign up for this event. The event lasts a set amount of time. Like you're going to like a thing where you just kind of go and hang out with a bunch of other people, and they lock you in a room and they go, you have 24 hours to make a game. The theme is this. Go make whatever you want. That's what it's like. But you sign up for the amount of time. This one's a week long, so it's not 24 hours. I'm okay, don't worry. I'm not locked in a room right now, but that's what it feels like. It's like someone kind of traps you in a room and goes, you have 24 hours, make a game, go. And like they're like, the prompt is this. For ours, the general prompt is horror, but you don't have to follow it specifically. You can go as wacky as you want, as silly as you want. It doesn't have to be horror that scares a lot of people. So yeah, that's ours. And the jam that we're doing is called Scream Jam. So
I see.
You can sign up, and some game jams do it where you can sign up to do a specific role. So for example, I go up to the game jam people. I'm like, I'm an artist first and foremost, but I can do a little bit of programming and I'm really good at conceptualizing games. And they go, okay. And then they don't contact you. I'm kidding you. They assign, like, they go, okay, this person's an artist, this person's a programmer, this person does sound over here, go. You guys, you're a group, go. You can imagine, it's kind of terrifying, and I've never done it that way. If I join a game jam, I just do it by myself, or I do it with people I know, because I'm afraid. But I highly recommend doing one, even if you're not a game designer. Because you could do so much more than just design the game. You can contribute art to the game. Most of my concepts start as jokes. In the most literal sense.
I might.
I recommend it. I'm participating in another one in November.
Okay.
It's called Gamerella, and I might be able to attend that one in person. Maybe. It's in another province from where I am. Oh, I changed layers around on that.
Right.
So it is quite the distance, but I might be able to do it. Who knows? I love game jams though, because the fact that they go, you have this amount of time, go. I love it. It's so much fun. And it's super motivating because you don't have time to think, you don't have time to delay making the game. You have to go. And it's a bit scary, but in the end, it's okay if you don't end up with a finished product. Because it's all about just pushing yourself for that set amount of time. For example, there's this game out there called Baba Is You. And Baba Is You originally was a game jam game. It was originally made in like a 24-hour game jam. And like you can go out there and play the original game jam version, and it's really, really simple and really bare bones. Like the art is just like a pixelated version of a little human or something. A little robot, I think. And that sort of thing. I recommend checking it out sometime, because when people think games and they think about game jams, their biggest thing is like, oh my god, I have to make the next like AAA game. Look at Baba Is You. Hello. Hi, Friday. But it's Sunday. You spent an hour on dinner. Oh no, like cooking or eating? Or am I just silly and I don't understand? Cooking, oh. Well, I'm working on game jam sprites and talking about game jams. I was specifically talking about Baba Is You. You're gonna beat Remy the Rat's butt? anyone can cook, sure. But this sucks.
Man.
I feel that. Oh, and by the way, especially since we have so many people here right now, I've reinstated previous unused, what's it called? Commands. I can see you understood exactly what I meant. For people who don't know, there's secret commands that I've made a while ago, and I had to remove them for a bit, and now they're back. And it's just to be a little bit goofy with it. You did run for it, but Friday is one of the people who knows the commands because Friday was actually one of the people who helped me test this and make sure it worked. And so knows the command. But Friday being in chat reminded me of it. I want to make more sometime. So there's more secret words that nobody knows that can be tested. I just messed up this dress and I don't like that. What's up, Friday? You had lemon and egg soup? Oh, avrolemino? So, avrolemino is a Greek soup. That's like, imagine a chicken noodle soup, but you add egg and lemon to it. It sounds a bit gross. It's not. It's super yummy. Have you ever had avrolemino, Panda?
No, never heard of it.
I do recommend. You could basically make chicken noodles, like chicken noodle soup from a can, into avrolemino. Just by adding a bit of little lemon and egg to it. You didn't like it, but you still want to give it a chance. Like the bite turned me off a bit. Like the bite of the lemon, I'm assuming. But I know it could be better because I had it store-bought. Someone was selling store-bought egg avrolemino? My goodness, what store are you shopping at?
Oh.
So, like, Friday, I recommend if you do want to try it again and you want to try it at home, take like a canned chicken noodle soup. The Redacted store. Oh my gosh, are we talking about the soup store? We at the soup store. You're at soup.
Why are you buying clothes at soup?
I'm at soup. That's a very, very good video. Very, very niche video. But if you buy chicken noodle soup, just heat it up, add your lemon, and when you're adding your egg, you have to add it very slowly or else it'll start to curdle. So you want to cool it back down. The best way to do it is take the egg, like swish it up, whisk it, and then slowly I'm a bit confused by your message, but I'm going to continue to explain the eggs. You add the egg, like the soup, slowly to the egg so that you slowly bring the temperature of the egg up. And then eventually the egg won't curdle and it's hot enough that like the egg is safe and everything. That's the hard part, is like make sure the egg doesn't become physical and stays like liquidy, because it basically makes the soup a bit thicker. It's really good when you're sick. I'm normal about food. I miss cooking. I haven't cooked in a bit because I recently, well, I have cooked in a bit, but it's like I've recently had a bit of issue with my digestive tract. I've had to cut out some foods, and I just miss those foods, really. I worry that I'm yapping so much, but I'm very good at yapping. You making lentil and pumpkin soup tomorrow or day after? I've never had that type of soup. Is it something you make often? I just had this weird moment of like, oh my god, it's 10:30. I've been streaming for 3 hours because I'm so used to starting at 8. Like nearly 3 hours. It's your first time making this soup? Good luck! New recipes are scary, but you got this. If it all else fails, punch the soup. That'll help.
Why would you punch soup?
Why wouldn't you punch soup? Answer me that, Panda.
I don't know, actually. I have no argument against that.
Oh, you quit your college art class? We were actually talking about like art classes earlier. Well, I hope that's a good change for you. Genuinely. If it wasn't working out, you have more free time and you're not as sick, which is interesting. I'm glad that's the end result of you saying, nuh-uh, no more art class. I'm glad. Maybe there was something in the art class room that was making your body upset. Turns out having class every day isn't healthy in the long run. Yep. It could be really draining on the body. I think I want to add more gray tones to this dress. I'm trying to get weird with it, but I'm really nervous about making things weird. It was the things I had to carry and work nonstop for 3 hours every other day. Yeah, I see. It can be really, really hard to keep up that sort of schedule. Like, the sketchbook was almost as big as me. Oh my god. That'd be scary. I would not be able to cope. And I think that's a reason why I'm glad I didn't take any art classes when I was in university, because I would be worried about, like, I think I would lose all confidence if I received one negative thing. The game jam? So it's called, Screen Jam, and it's horror based. So we actually have quite a few characters here. It's a really, really fun experience so far, though, because we're doing it a little bit silly because I'm on the team. It has to be a little bit silly. You love the unending horrors. Well, you might be a little bit disappointed because it's not that horror. It's not too horror based. we do try to call upon horror elements, but it is really silly as well. Because it has to be. Why did one side blend really well and the other one didn't? I'll turn that off for now and just, there we go. And then I'll turn that back on. I ended the unending horrors. I mean, I'm just built different, I guess. But yeah, I've just been trying to keep up. So now I have to draw the arms, and I don't like drawing arms. I really don't. I've been kind of avoiding it. So what I might do is like this, and then there. I might put like a little scarf around, or like silk around. Ignore that shoulder. That shoulder is okay. Egg lemonade is a thing? Huh. My brain tried to combine those words and it did not work out. It was like egg leg. I was like, no, can't say that. That sounds weird. But I said it anyways. So now I'm just weird. Can you imagine turning to someone and being like, hey, yo, you wanna come over for some egg leg? Then they kick you out. Yeah, that's probably the best way to say it. Egg lemonade. But egg leg has a certain ring to it that you can't ignore. You gotta say the L. Eggle. Oh, like eggle lemonade. Eggle. I can't. You're making me have to pronounce things. Egg lemonade. I don't. I will never try egg lemonade. I'm good. You're reading about egg lemonade? Using the egg whites so it's fluffy. Ooh. I can't imagine lemonade having a different texture. Are you gonna try it sometime? Like it's a meringue. So like, you're just making like lemon meringue? That's strange. If you ever try it, let me know. Like, lemon meringue already exists out there, so what's the difference between that and lemonade? You get a text from me like, I died and egg lemonade did it. Oh no. How would you text me if you died? That's the question. Secret. Ooh. It's like one of those, like, you set it up before you tested your experiment. It's like, if I don't stop this from sending, I'm dead. Yeah. I love drawing. So yeah, I'm just working through these characters. I'm at 4 out of 6, and then I gotta do some expression work for the other 3 that I've already made. What's really nice is that one of the characters doesn't blink, so it'll be okay. You want to do a game jam? You should. You know what might be a really time crunch? That's the issue, yeah. Well, I do recommend if you ever have the oh, the arms look awful. I'm gonna just cover it up with a scarf. Watch this. Secret technique. Scarf. Oh, you want to do I was gonna say a best thing for you would probably be a visual novel through Ren'Py or Twine. Twine? Yeah, Twine is great for just writing text-based games. There's also game jams out there that are like the limit is 1,000 words. Like, make a visual novel through one sprite, 1,000 words, and like one background, that sort of thing. So like that one's really good for people who accidentally like scope creep, because it really does not allow you to over design or plan too much for one thing. So I do recommend it. Like, finding ones like that can also be really helpful for, like, oh, I want to get into it, but I don't want to. You're a scope creep monster. Me too. I am too. I think we all are. When we're really passionate about something, we end up with scope creep. And for those who don't know, scope creep is this term, like, okay, imagine, I'm going to use my little canvas here as a helpful little guide. This is your game. And then this is your capabilities. Eventually, like when you design your game, you're kind of like this. Oh my god, maybe this idea would work. And you get outer. Oh, what if we added this? Oh, what if we. And then it spirals out of control. So eventually it moves past your abilities, and that's what scope creep is. It's when you keep adding to it. You keep going, I could add this, I could add this. Ooh, this would be really cool. Talent comes from being able to manage your scope creep to the point where you fit just perfectly within your capabilities. Like that. Like, yeah, and then you explode because you added too much and now you feel awful that you couldn't add everything in. So you gotta learn how to not do that. That's the hard part. You gotta learn how to say, that's it, no more. And I think, genuinely, game jams have taught me how to do that quite a bit. I'm still learning. But game jams have taught me how to let the scope creep happen because you get really good ideas from it. But when the time comes, cut what you need to cut. And be okay with it. And be willing to lose half of the game you planned. So if you're ever going to enter a game jam, that's my first, hey, be willing and ready to cut half of the things you planned for this game by the end of it, because you will not account for the fact you need to sleep, the fact that things won't work the first time, and you need to be able to take that break. You need to be able to step back. You need to be able to eat. You need to be able to sleep, that sort of thing. And it's okay. I'm wondering if I have any more advice for game jammers. Oh, this one's really important. It's okay if the game you made at the end isn't complete. It's so okay. most games that are made in game jams are not complete. If you look at, like, if you even looked at my games from game jams, most of them are one level, and some things are missing from what we planned. And half the time people can't even see that. They only see what you made and they think, wow, this is really good for 24 hours. They don't see the sprites you forgot to make, or unless you make like placeholders and it's really obvious, or they don't see the level design that you had to scrap because it was too complicated and you didn't have enough time. They just see what you made. Don't feel self-conscious about it. My game jam game, the only winning move is not to play. That's really a really good concept, Cranberry. Genuinely. Like, you know how exciting it would be to run an entire game jam that the prompt was winning is not playing? Cause like then you could even if you spin like a horror twist on it, imagine like a creepy game jam where the winning move is not to play. You get a whole bunch of games in response that would probably make the player uncomfortable to even continue in the game. Like, that would be so exciting. Genuinely. Like, I don't know if you were joking or not, but this kind of goes back to my previous thing. Most of my game jam concepts start as jokes. I remember once we were listening to music as we were coming up with ideas for a game jam once, and I said, oh my god, wouldn't it be so funny if we based it off this song, which was a Lemon Demon song. And then we all thought about it and we're like, wait, that kind of would be really fun. And we won first place that year. So like, go and make silly ideas, because eventually they turn into really, really good ones. That's another game jam tip. Be silly with it. Don't take it too seriously. Like, take it as seriously as you want, of course, but don't take it too seriously, because you might burn yourself out, like pressuring yourself. We're there to have fun, and we're there to see what we can do. Take it as a challenge of, what can I do in this time, and what do I feel comfortable with myself doing? You bought an onion and it ran away? Makes a game that puts a virus on your PC if you open it. But Walker, you told me to do it. Yeah, do it. I'll play it once, and then my PC will break, and you'll never see me again, because I don't have enough money to replace my PC. But genuinely, like, it's really, really fun to start with ideas that are jokes, because if you start making light of it and like taking a breath and being silly with it, you kind of relieve the pressure of designing something good. You just get to be silly with it and have fun and breathe. Have you heard of the password game? Yes, I have. I played like 5 seconds of it and I was like, I'm done. I can't. I will not be good at this. The whole game has you creating really absurd, really secure password. Yes. And like, I got to the point where I had to start feeding the chicken, and then I overfed the chicken and the chicken passed away. I felt really bad about overfeeding my chicken. It's a really, really fun game. Like, I love watching other people play it, but I personally will not, because I'm not quick enough on my feet for it, I think. And I think I would lose a lot of interest over it really quickly, because I just like, oh, another task. But it's a really, really cool concept. Games can be anything. Speaking of, like, you ever think about what is considered a game? What is the line where we draw between a game and an interactive experience. I need to be harsher with my highlights and stuff. And then I think I want to do something like over top. I feel good about that. I'm just taking a small breather as I sip some water, just gonna mute myself and stretch and stuff. 1 second. If y'all don't mind me talking about Deltarune spoilers, the more you look for lore in Deltarune, the more the game makes you not want to play it. And it's not because it's not fascinating. It's a wonderful game. It is so cool. I highly recommend it. But like finding lore is basically you learning that you as a player are not supposed to be doing what you're doing to the character you play as. And I think that's a really neat thing. We should talk about that more. And that should be a concept that's explored more, I think. But I think, like, Toby Fox is one of the few people who, like, has a really, really strong platform to do it because of the predecessor, Undertale. That might just be me, though. Okay, I'm going to take a second to put all this in a folder, and then I'm going to look at my previous artwork for, and just make sure I'm doing a good job. Yeah. I feel like they fit. I was basically just checking, like, hey, does this character fit well with the other ones? Or, like, does she feel out of place? No, I think she fits pretty well. So now I'm going to work on the face. And I'm doing something really unique to my other drawings in this file. Yes, I draw a whole bunch of sprites in one file. It's my, like, drawing red flag. I'm drawing the eyes on a separate layer. Most of my art right now has the, like, most of these other ones have the eyes on a same layer as something else, and it's going to be a really big pain later on, but I'm going to have to figure it out. And then what I'm keeping consistent between all the characters are big eyelashes under the eye, because I just thought that'd be really cute. Oh no, my eye is like acting up, so I can't see very well in one of my eyes right now. I have a cat and a dog, and both of them I'm slightly allergic to. So sometimes if I accidentally rub my eye, I then have allergies. I'm okay though. I'll be fine. I say as like it's getting worse. I'm okay for real. Like, it's just annoying Because I'm like, I'm trying to draw here and I can't see. But for, it's really good that I have the opportunity to work on this now, because I work tomorrow and then I work Wednesday, and the game jam ends on Wednesday. And I can't, like, basically, today, tomorrow, and Tuesday are the only days I can really help out with the game art and all that. So I really gotta kick it into high gear. I love drawing. I just thought what my game jam game would be. What would you want to make, Cranberry? Eject the warp core. Sorry, that was probably quite a loud laugh. What do you do in the game? Do you ever actually get to eject the warp core? Mysteries upon mysteries. It'd be really funny if in the end you never got to eject the warp core. It was just like how the portal is like cake is a lie. But yeah. You know, it'd be really fun to just take photos of stuff, which we're doing a bit in our game, spoiler. We're taking photos of our objects around our houses and adding them to the game because we want it to feel like a bit of a collage. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to make the background of the eyes. Actually, it might be closer to this color. Yeah, I want the backgrounds to be green, actually. Because the eyes are actually going to be like this yellow-red combo here. There we go. I love creating. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, yay! I'm here and I'm creating right now, and that's great. There we go. Yellow eyes. Let's move them just slightly over. Looking around. What's going on? Where am I? Why am I sentient now? Okay, we don't need to go that much into horror, do we? Okay, so we're going to go like... For the bottom area, let's go with the harsh red. I really like it. And the reason why I draw with this color background is because it's roughly the color we want to go for our final product background. So it makes sense to draw with the background that the game is going to be. Else it would kind of look weird if we put all the stuff in and then suddenly it felt mismatched, right? I might talk to my I have an idea where because we're already adding in quite a bit of hodgepodge stuff, like we're just kind of throwing things together for fun and whimsy. I think it'd be really fun to have the characters sit in a chair that is realistic looking. So like these characters come in and sit on the chair and the chair is realistic. There we go. Now we're gonna go on a separate layer and just do what I did with all the others. I wanted to make the blush look really, really weird, and that's why I do this like little string approach. Following your thing of not having scope creep, this game would be really simple. You run down a hallway and avoid obstacles so you can eject the warp core and save Panda. Yeah! We have to save Panda. Panda has been on mute for a while. I don't know where he's gone, but I'm sure he might stop around again.
Oh, I was like, tap the fuck out.
We done it! Did you eject the warp core, Cranberry? Because we just saved Panda. I'm sorry if you can hear my chair squeaking.
You're fine.
Thank you so much, Cranberry. Now we can all live happily ever after. That was a really simple game then. That was great. It all worked out in the end. We came together for a very, very lovely moment. How are you doing, Panda?
I'm doing fine.
Just working on drawing?
Yeah, my family just got back, too.
I see. Thank you for stopping by no matter what. I'm really happy to have you.
No problem. I appreciate it.
I don't get a lot of moments where I get to have other people on, just because I don't create those moments because I guess I get a bit nervous that people won't want to join. I'll just be literally like, please join. And I'm also a bit nervous about the scope of like the amount of things my computer can run at once, but we should try this more in the future. Even with games.
You should.
Because I'd be happy to run some sort of Jackbox. But I would have to turn on the moderator settings to make sure that any submissions that come in are appropriate. Which means I would have to see them first, which kind of ruins the joke a little, but it could be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good blush. And then when I'm gonna make it like close the eyes. I'm sorry, I'm thinking ahead. There we go. Imagine that. Thinking ahead. Later stages, in order to eject the warp code and save Panda, you have to enter the Konami code. Oh no! I don't have the Konami code memorized. Is there gonna be some way in your game to like be able to check what the Konami code is? Or do I have to search it up on like Google? I'm realizing I can add the blush and the nose on the same. You can arm wrestle Panda 2 for it. Oh no, who's Panda 2? Panda, you never told me there was two of you.
It's my secret twin.
Oh no! You guys are working together without me. I mean, I understand. I am working on this game jam, so you guys have to work on. There's a monster great imposter among pants. Pants does. I can't speak anymore apparently. I'm struggling with my words, which is okay. I'm allowed to have that moment. But yeah. Like, genuinely, like, you could just have fun making games like this. So, like, I don't know if you ever, Cranberry, if you've ever heard of the system called Twine. It's a free-to-use browser game maker where you can make text-based games. So, if you wanted, for example, you could make what you made, like you wrote here, into a short Twine game. For example, I know you can code in Twine for it to leave a page after a certain amount of seconds. So imagine if you're like running down the hallway, you have to be able to click on run before it like disappears and takes you to a page that says you lost, you know? Stuff like that. You can do so much with so little in like terms of games. I love talking about games. I know I've said that several times, but it's all true. Okay, so we're happy with the eyes. In the final stage, in order to eject the warp code, you have to solve the password game. Sorry, Panda, I think you're doomed.
Oh dear.
Have you ever beaten the password game, Panda?
No, I've never tried it. It intimidates me.
Same here, so I guess you're doomed, like Cranberry says.
Heck.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
Oh, right, this character is going to have this sort of backstory, so I'm just going to do something more like a straight line. I love drawing. I keep saying it, but Cranberry, you always find a way to tie in so many different topics we talk about into like a neat little bow, and I always really appreciate it, because like not only is it a ton of fun to like call back on previous moments in the stream, but it also really shows how much you care and how much you listen. I'm just struggling with lips now. She looks so romp. There we go. Don't worry, we'll find someone to solve the password game for us. Not bad for someone who can't speak a word of English and has to do a program to translate your speech back and forth, eh? You're wonderful. You're wonderful at this, Cranberry. Always happy to have you. I'm joking about the last part, I can't say it just fine. I figured I did not want to assume that I was right in assuming that, because like I don't think you'd be able to translate me that quickly. I've never met anyone who's able to translate me that quickly, or anyone that quickly, other than knowing the language. Okay. There she is. Okay, I'm gonna leave that as is for now. I think I need to stop staring at this character for a bit. I appreciate her, but I need to start working on the other characters. Control Z. There we go. Now I've been streaming for 2 hours. Okay. I'm just keeping track of all that. Because I like to know. I forget that this character looks like this. I got jump scared. I'm sorry I jump scared everyone with her. I have a separate file that I drew recently. Like, these are where they're from, and I have like a couple of joke drawings already. And one of them is her staring like this, which cracks me up, but we're planning something different for if she gets upset at you. But her whole joke is that she has her big eyes. Luckily, most of her eyes are drawn on one layer, and she does not blink, so she should be relatively easy to fiddle with. I'm gonna work on, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how she would act when she's happy. Those eyes are a little creepy, lol. That's how we wanted it, so I'm glad that you have that feedback. She's supposed to be a little bit off-putting. Cause like, we wanted her to feel a little like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about her, and then, from there you decide how to tell her fortune. I have to extend her body a bit, so I'm gonna do that before I forget to. I'm gonna be making my dinner, so I'll be muted for a time being, but I'll still be here. Awesome! Have a good dinner. Enjoy. Or don't, it's up to you. That's what I say to people all the time in my workplace, because like, it's up to you, for real. Up to you whether you enjoy it or not. Okay, so I love drawing. So this character comes to the fortune teller asking about love and like, will I ever meet someone that I'll fall in love with? And you get to read her fortune on that. So I tried to make it look overly, tried to make her look overly cutesy, and so that she gave, you like drawing 2 pulls card. I drew the 8 of diamonds. Oh my gosh. How'd you know that was my card? I didn't want to learn magic sometime. That'd be really fun. There's a lot of little things I want to learn. But I tried to make her, like, especially, like, if we're talking about shapes and stuff, I'm just gonna quickly detour just slightly. I tried to add as many little hearts as I could, Um, pretend that's like, and then even here and here, that sort of thing. I tried to add a lot of little hearts to her design. Perhaps it'd be really fun to have her hair kind of do that as well. But I don't think I have time to do that now because I worked really hard on making it the way it is, and redoing that might be too much effort. And her eyes are a little lopsided, but the people I'm working with talked about how they really enjoyed that aspect of her look. So we're keeping it like that. Oh, no more hair. It looks very scary under there, don't look. I'm gonna go a bit darker and a bit more red, just to really outline the body compared to the rest of her arms. Okay. But yeah, she's gonna come to the fortune teller and ask about love, and you get to decide what you want to say to her about it. Because, like, you do read her fortune, and the fortune says something, and you could choose whether to say that thing or not say that thing. Alrighty. And then we'll turn this strap a little bit darker so you can tell that it's a strap for... Actually, that doesn't work very well, does it? We're gonna move it over here because that makes more sense for her body. Okay. She's really cute. She's creepy, but really cute. And that's what we wanted for our little scary jam. Little bit of spookiness. That's actually really good news that her eyes are mostly on the same layer, because I'm gonna be editing her to act a certain way, and one of those things is I have to remove her eyes and draw completely something different. Okay. So her body's been extended, and I feel good about her body now. I'm gonna check on the other characters. Roger. I feel like Roger is pretty good in terms of the length of his body, but I'm gonna go in and just change it a little bit more. We're gonna turn that off. The randomized per stroke is off now. And then I'm going in here and I'm just giving myself some colors to work with as a base. And I love working on this stuff, but it's really fun to choose colors. Like, even with my really wonky system where I have to like look somewhere very, very far from the screen in order to choose colors instead of looking at my tablet. Like, it still works. I love this stuff. Being able to create, again, makes me so happy. It's the hardest part of creating is feeling like you can't. And I'm here to tell you, you can. You too, today, can create. You can do whatever you want. But please don't create something that's mean. I accidentally jostled my drawing setup, apparently. Let's shift that over. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to the vest and extending the vest a little. Whew. I'm thinking I might have to call it soon for stream. I've been having so much fun and it's just telling me I should do this more often. But I know my limits are starting to be reached for being on stream. Like my head starts to hurt from my headphones. Not that my headphones are poor quality, but it's just my head just does that. My head's like, nuh-uh, no more. So I might have to call it soon. We'll see. We'll see how much I last. But we did get one more sprite done, and I feel really good about it. I'm gonna adjust these eyes. We're gonna go for more of this color. Heck yeah, we're winning. We're gonna go something really wacky and do like a purple here at the bottom. Watch, I'll say like, oh, I'm kind of reaching my limit, and then it'll be another 2 hours before I call it quits. I'm joking. I don't think I'd last another 2 hours. But yeah. I love this. Colors are working with me. Imagine that. Then we're gonna go up here with the greens. And then you can even go down here and fiddle with that stuff. There we go. I feel like I went too blue now. I'm gonna try something. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna go like with the bright yellow. We're gonna bah bah bah. And now you're going, why did you just do that? Why did you just brick your computer? I did that because I can then go in here and hit hue and just adjust the hue slightly to fit my needs. So this was it before with the nice blues, right? This is it after with the hue change. And then I'm going to adjust it just a little bit more. And then look away, look again. I feel like that's perfect. I like that new one. That new hue is great. Alrighty. I think I'm good enough to sketch one more character. We have another character coming up that is going to be really hard for me to do. So getting just like a rough idea of what I want might be really helpful right now. And then our last character will be a character wearing a mask, and I already have ideas for that, so yeah. I wish I had more free time to work on the game jam. So I'm thinking something really, really angular for this collage person. A neck that's too long. And then really angular shoulders that kind of go like this. But I will have to play around with it for sure. For hair, I'm wondering if something like... No. I already have so many people with like long wavy or like... So maybe something that like that will work, where it's shorter and so sticking to the face. Let's add someone with glasses as well. I love drawing. Okay. Clothes. What am I thinking for clothes? Maybe something as simple as a hoodie would actually give a lot of play for it, because the fact that it's going to be all collage-y looking will mean that the hoodie will, as simple as it is, will have so much to it that it'll be hard like to not notice how cool it is, if that makes sense. So let's go with something like really thick cords. Plus, with the story that the character who looks like a collage has, it makes sense for them to wear. It makes sense for them to look down the dumps, and most people who wear hoodies in like series where they talk about stress, that sort of thing, are wearing hoodies. I've had a hoodie that I've worn exclusively when I'm not feeling good, so like they get to have one too. Okay. I feel good about where we're sitting with my art. I didn't get to finish today, but I didn't expect to finish, but I got a good chunk done. So I'm thinking this is about where we're going to end it off today. I'm just scooting over to my actual desk because my tablet, I have to move to access my tablet and move back to access my main computer. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to chat, which means Panda's gone. But Panda's right there. We're fine. I just didn't have friends turned on visible on this one.
Oh, the sheer distress in your voice, I'm sorry.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. Good night. I think this is where we're calling it. I'm gonna turn this music off. There we go. Just so I can think, because low-key, I love having music on stream, but ooh, do I get distracted by it. It's great.
No worries.
Okay. Um I don't I don't know if I want to do a raid tonight purely because I feel bad for raiding someone and then dipping. So I think we're just gonna call it. First off, to VOD people, good night. Bye bye. Bye VODs. Haha.